What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day today. Getting into this episode of GH, I honestly can say I do not blame Carly for wanting details from Jason about the lead that he has and stuff. Um, about Cyrus and what his hunches are and what he's working on. I don't blame her for really wanting to know the details because she's smart in this instance because she knows that Carly knows the war with Cyrus is about to turn worse. She knows it. It's about to get way out of control. Bodies are about to hit the floor. That remind me of that song, that old ECW theme song, where they used to whisper. They'd be like, "Let the bodies hit the floor." Like they would just talk mad low, and they'd be like, "Let the bodies hit the floor." That was my song. Um, so yeah, Carly, she knows this war is about to turn real ugly, and she wants to get her kids the hell out of town. She wants to smuggle the kids out of town. I can't say that I blame her on that. You know, I can't fault her for wanting to protect her family. And it's not good to have the kids and in town when Cyrus can strike at any moment, and when this war between him and Sonny and Jason is gonna boil over. It's gonna get crazy. So I can't fault her for that. Um, I kind of felt bad for Brad, even though he landed himself in this situation with all his lies and manipulations and stuff. So I kind of feel bad for him. He was doing his time in prison, and Cyrus's men stabbed him, and him and Britt were trying to figure out who would do it because, of course, he figured that it was somebody from Cyrus's crew. Because I'm pretty sure being in Pentonville for a little while, I'm pretty sure he knows what Cyrus's people, who they are, especially during Cyrus's stint in Pentonville. Um, and he thinks that it possibly could be from Julian, trying to tie up loose ends and stuff. Um, but I'm pretty sure Britt is probably going to enlist Jason's help in protecting Brad and stuff, maybe. Keeping him well guarded because, Britt sees Brad as a real friend to her. Even though when he was arguing with Obrecht many moons ago, he did kind of subliminally threaten Britt's safety. Well, her freedom, basically. He threatened to snitch on her. But she really sees him as a real friend, so she's trying to look out for him. Can't be mad at that. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, I love the fact that Lulu and Dante are somewhat getting along again. She's finally letting go of that anger, and I like it. Um, I like that she's letting that go. She's finally letting her guard down with Dante, being a little playful with him. And I love the fact that Dante told her. He was like, he apologized for undermining her, but, he's never going to stop caring for her and looking out for her, as he shouldn't. That's his ex, but she's still the love of his life, the mother of his child. So, of course, he's always going to have her back no matter what, whether she likes it or not. Even when they were together, Dante would always, have her back even when she didn't want him to. Why should it change now? You know what I mean? Like, that man got your back. Be happy about that. A lot of people out there don't have anybody watching their back, anybody looking out for them, and Dante's looking out for you, so you gotta love it. Um, so Dr. Kirk, he basically has Dante under some type of little mind control thing because every time he clicks that pin, he tell him to complete his mission, and Dante just is in a trance kind of thing, and he just goes and do. I don't like that. I love the fact that they're trying to get my girl Obrecht out of this mess, but I don't like the fact that they're using Dante in this manner to do it, especially with everything he's been through. I am happy that because of this mission, it brought him home to Port Charles, but I just don't like him being used, like some little puppet. I can't stand that shit. But Dante handed him a flash drive with some information on it that could possibly help Obrecht. Um, get this out the way. That could possibly help her. So, um, it's some information, I guess, on the flash drive regarding Anna and Andre and whatnot. So it might be useful to Obrecht. Um, but Dante doesn't want the WSB, moving in on Peter right now because it could blow his cover, and he feels like there's still more information he can get. So of course, Dr. Kirk calls Obrecht and let her know that she's almost as good as free at this point. I can't wait for Obrecht to get back to Port Charles. That's my boo. Like, I miss me some Obrecht. I cannot wait for her to come back. Yeah, and some people, when she get back in town, it's gonna be some hell to pay. Um, so anyway, Laura and Scott were together because apparently that old cop file that Cyrus wanted from Jordan from like 40 years ago has something to do with Laura when she was a child, when she was a kid. And whatever that information is, Laura believes that Cyrus is trying to use it to blackmail her. And he's trying to do more than blackmail her because obviously he wants some revenge on her because um when he was in Pittenville, she got him thrown into solitary confinement and tried to get him committed. So of course he's gunning for her now. So she needs to be on her P's and Q's. So I'm glad she went to Scott and they talked about it and stuff. But Laura is, trying to be on her stuff. Like, she's trying to be on guard. She's trying to walk into things with her eyes wide open. Because she needs to when you're dealing with Cyrus. Cyrus is nothing to play with. And Laura is not underestimating him or taking him lightly. So, she's doing whatever she can to protect herself, as she should. So when Lulu showed up, Scott and Laura basically had to come up with some BS ass excuse as to why they were with each other. I don't know why. I mean, they used to be married. They're still friends, so there shouldn't be any excuse needed. Um, so anyway, Lulu basically was talking to her mother, trying to get her opinion and her advice, and just talking to her about her love life. And Lulu said something very interesting. And we all now know that it's clear that she wants to get back together with Dante because she basically told her mother like that she's confused right now about her feelings. But she made it clear that she loves Dustin, but she's in love with Dante. See, that's the thing right there. If you can love somebody all you want, but if you're not in love with that person, is it really gonna last the test of time? If you're not in love, you got to be in love with somebody. Like, if you just love them, it ain't gonna last that long. But if you're in love, oh, it can last a lifetime. That's a lifetime love right there. So, I mean, I understand Lulu still got some kinks to work out, and I believe that a big part of the reason she's kind of, not rushing to get back with Dante is simply because she doesn't want to hurt Dustin. He is a nice guy, and she's enjoyed her time with him and stuff, but I think she just really doesn't want to hurt him. I think that's why she's just, kind of still making sure that, she's making all the right choices as regarding her love life. I mean, it's a sticky situation. I'm not gonna lie. It really is. It's a terrible situation to be in. You know what I mean? Like, to love two people and have to figure out your feelings and stuff. That's not easy. That is not easy. So more power to her. So anyway, Danny was sitting with Sam and stuff, and they were talking about Thanksgiving when he noticed that Alexis was over there acting a fool, getting loud. She was drunk. So of course Sam tried to go over there to, diffuse the situation and see if her mother had a ride home because she didn't want her mother driving drunk, clearly. So Sam is not about to lecture Alexis. Sam has given up on lecturing her mother because clearly that's not going to work. Sam has lectured Alexis more than once, and she even gave her an ultimatum, and none of that has worked. So Sam is just kind of giving up on that part, but she's still going to do whatever she can to help her mother, which is basically giving her an intervention at this point. That's what she wants to do. Cyrus, of course, pops up like the candy man that he is. And she started ranting and raving at him about being a drug dealer. And Cyrus basically threatened to embarrass Alexis. And so Jason popped up and warned his ass to back off. Cyrus gets on my nerves. He's a fun villain. Don't get me wrong. I like him as a villain. I do. But he annoys me sometimes because he's always around like a cockroach. Like, every time you turn around, Cyrus is always around. Like, he's like a little bug, like a little fly that you try to swat, but you can't catch him because they too fast. He's kind of like that. It's like, damn, Cyrus, do you got to be everywhere, showing up, getting in everybody's business? Like, brush off, bro. Um, so Sam basically wanted Alexis to clean herself up and say goodnight to the kids and stuff. And she was hoping that Jason could watch after Danny while she go deal with Alexis. And Jason decides to take um Danny to the floating rib. I said no. Don't do that. Jason, don't do it. If you knew what was about to go down at the floating rib, you would not take him to the floating rib. Because Julian is still up to his shenanigans. He's knee deep in shenanigans right now. Julian continues to irritate my soul. But I'm gonna miss William DeVry so much. I really am. Because I was a big fan of Julian, especially when he came back and stuff in 2013. You know, it's been an incredible ride, 7.5 years. It's been amazing. You know what I mean? So I just, hopefully they don't do something too drastic to where we can't get Julian back or William DeVry back. Because I think William DeVry is an amazing actor. And I think he was dealt a bad hand in this case with these cuts and all that. But I do wish him the best. But as far as Julian right now, I'm pissed that he refuses to listen to Ava. Ava tried to talk some sense into him and basically let him know, like, she pleaded with him one last time to take Nicholas up on his offer to help him disappear. Julian just does not want to listen. So he gets this package, and his instructions are to take the package to the floating rib. I said, no, Julian, no, your grandson will be at the floating rib. No, Julian. Hopefully, if Julian goes in there and he sees Danny, he will abort that mission. Please, Julian, don't do this. Don't do it. No. Don't do this, Julian. This is something that you really cannot come back from. Even killing Jason or attempting to kill Jason, you can't come back from that. Because Sam, you think she hates you now. She's going to hate you for life. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do this. Julian, no. I feel like no matter what Julian does, somebody going to get hurt. In the end, somebody going to get badly hurt in this case. I can see it. It's just going to happen. So anyway, moving on from that. So Sonny is at the house. He's warning Taggart basically that this war with Cyrus is about to reach its breaking point. It's about to go down. Like, this war is just getting hot. You know, right now it's like warm oatmeal, but it's about to turn into grits in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about to heat up. And Sonny pretty much believed that Julian probably already told Cyrus that he's alive anyway. So this war is about to get dead ass ugly. And of course, Carly barges in. She was surprised to see Taggart, because I remember Sonny mentioned to Taggart before that he was going to have to tell Carly that he was alive, but I guess Sonny didn't get to that point to tell Carly yet. So yeah, this war is getting ugly. Even though I like this war between the Corinthoses and the Renault organization, I love the war between the Corinthoses and the Zakaras. And I also love the war between Sonny and Jason versus the Russians. That was that type of mob war where anybody could have died on the Corinthos side. Anybody could have. That's how bad that war was. That's how bad. Like, I remember when the Russians burned down Sonny's coffee shop. And I think Olivia was inside of it too. And Sonny had to get her out. I remember that. That war was, that was a crazy ass war. That war was wild. So anyway, we get to Maxie and Peter. Maxie talking about, Peter sitting there talking about he putting in work at the gym. So he could protect his family. Basically, he's afraid of Jason because he feels like Jason may come after him. He's worried about the mob war that's brewing in town between Cyrus and Sonny. Of course, Maxie reassures him that she knows he's going to protect their family, because he's claiming that he's worried about Jason. We all know what Peter is really worried about. He's worried about secrets coming out. That's what he really worried about. Let's be honest. And he knows that his secret could possibly blow up in his face at any given time. I kind of feel bad for Maxie, but after this situation with Peter blows up in her face, I really hope that she reevaluates her love life and the men that she chooses to date and bring around her children. I really hope she reevaluates that, because she needs to open her eyes to shit. Because Maxie is not great at picking men. Like, she's had some really good men in her life, but a lot of the men that she has picked over the years have been just, ugh. Like, she needs to reevaluate that. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see y'all all tomorrow. Have a great night. Peace.